So first of all, talk to me about just how Long Beach Poly found itself playing, I believe, the second ever high school football game at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, really excited. The group that runs it, they had contacted us about us possibly having one of our home games there. And, unfortunately, we had already had Lincoln and Sarah already spoken for. Those are two of our bigger marquee home games, being in the Honor Bowl in San Diego and, early on at Betts. And they asked what other possible games we might have, and I said, well, we're playing Mission Viejo. We're playing them in the middle of the season. I don't know if that week works for you all. Um, and the group that runs it, myself and our AD passed along all the information to Mission Viejo because it's their home game, and they have to kind of be the site that kind of runs it from their end, and kind of just took off from there. There was a lot of talk, and then we're able to sign contracts and get everything squared away. So really excited to, honestly represent um, two high-level public schools, at SoFi Stadium.
Do you think the kids know the grand nature of what this is? And I ask that to say that like a couple of them, Deuce, Juju, and probably even a couple others, they're like, oh yeah, I play youth football there. So like some people have some experience there, but I would say most of the team they haven't played there. I mean,
Um,
like, do they know how big this is?
they do, they do. When the Super Bowl was in LA, NBC came to us, and we actually kind of did a run through of the Super Bowl for camera angles and stuff like that 2 days before the Super Bowl on the field. And I believe those kids were freshmen and sophomores at that point. So I mean, some of them have been there. They've been there, whether the game, and I think it's something we've talked about with regards to, yeah, it's a incredible arena to play in, but it's no different than the field we're sitting on here. The measurements are the same, and really just again excited to be able to play a top tier school. I mean, Max Preps has them 10 in the country. Cal Preps had them number 2 in the state. So, they've run a great program, and we've had really great games the last couple years against them. So, I'm expecting kind of the same, and really looking forward to getting to compete against Coach Johnson. Have a great amount of respect for him. He has an incredible program, and this year he's done incredible. And has a very talented team, and looking forward to playing a football game against them.
Yeah, the last two games you've won, so you actually got a two-game winning streak
Yeah,
against them. But a lot of the players who helped do that are no longer
yeah,
here. A couple of the
yeah.
freshmen that are now sophomores. But just in general, what do you think it's going to take to be, you know, successful in a game like that from your team's perspective, from where they've started in the season to where they are
Yeah.
now?
Well, I couldn't be more proud of all my kids, and where they did start and how they've come together and consistently improved every single week. Um, we just really talked about effort this today, before the practice and kind of going into the week. Our effort and our execution and the competitiveness that is going to be needed all throughout the week, and everything we do, from our lifts to our wind sprints to our practices, and really challenging the kids to put their best foot forward. If we're going to be able to practice at a fast, hard level, we're going to be able to play at a fast, hard level. So, again, Coach Johnson has an incredible football staff, and he does a great job game planning, and he's going to give us have our hands full with him. So we just got to really be able to do what we can do, control what we can control, and hopefully be there at the end, and making the plays and executing our game plan.
A couple of the people that I interviewed um, defensively, some of your standout defensive
Yep.
backs, Dante and
Yep.
Julius. I mean, both of those guys have been a constant on this team as soon as they stepped on the field as
Yeah.
freshmen. And they,
100%.
in my opinion, they've only gotten stronger, bigger, faster,
Yeah.
just better.
No,
What has been their impact this season, knowing that like like they probably thought they were fast as freshmen, but like now they know they're fast as sophomores.
Yeah, yeah. Big play Jay Julius is he's a special athlete. He can play wide receiver. He's unbelievable in the return game. He is a lockdown defensive back. He had both of these guys had kind of pivotal games in their freshman year last year against Mission Viejo. Julius had an unbelievable game, had a interception in the end zone, and unfortunately, Tay ended up being one of the two people that got hurt during that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think it's something. The success that they had on the track was very huge in their development for their growth as athletes, and they have a very huge amount of confidence coming into the games that they feel they can play with anybody. And you know what? This is an incredible opportunity for us to be able to have them showcase their skills against some of the best around. I mean, you look what Mission Viejo did to Chaparral, and it was, their number 13 is like, it was bomb after bomb after bomb. And, it's, their quarterback's throwing darts to them. And, again, they have insanely or an insane amount of talent on their side of the ball, too. So I think it's going to be, as a high level athlete, that's what you want. You don't want to just, go against somebody. You want to be challenged every play. And,
Mm-hmm.
these young men, yeah, they have, quite a bit of offers, but you know what, getting to play against guys that are going to Alabama and all these other schools, or have those offers, it really allows them to be like, okay, you know what, let me see where I'm at and let me challenge myself to give my best effort.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those games where like if you got people on the other side that have big time offers, big time commitments, they're going places every time they play. The
Yeah.
people who are recruiting them or who want to recruit
Yeah.
them are watching.
No,
So
100%.
therefore, like it's an opportunity for everybody on the field
No,
to stand out.
100%. That was, this game was huge last year for Kwamari Shemwell. He picked up the Utah offer after, he locked up, one of their better receivers. And going against some of the best, again, if you want to make a name for yourself or you want to put, your skills out there, this is the platform. And, not only is it going to be an incredible game, but going to be at SoFi. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of eyes on that game. So, again, really just excited to be able to see everybody get out there and perform, on Friday night.
Yeah. And lastly, what can you say about Deuce's growth, especially these last two more league games, in particular this last one where he was so successful comparatively to where he may have started.
Yeah, I think it's been slowing down for him. It's been getting a little easier for him as far as understanding that if his reads aren't there, take off and go. He's a dynamic quarterback with his feet, as well as being able to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be rolling out or on the run. So it's been nice to be able to see him, um, you know, keep possession of the ball and make smart decisions and be able to, methodically move our team not only down the field but in the end zone. It was one of those things. In our Lincoln game, we were inside the red zone 5 times and came away, 4 times with no points. And when you look on a 28-point game, that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been about finishing for him, and he's done a great job. And the team's really behind him, and everybody's making plays. So whether it be some of our running backs really finding their legs, our O-line has really been gelling. They were very young at the beginning of the year, and for them to finally get 4 and 5 games under their belt, they're it's a lot more polished of a team that you're seeing in week 1.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.